Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Do you know what Kabuki theater is? The Kabuki? Well, for people who are not familiar with what Kabuki theater is, it's a Japanese medieval time theater where only men actors were playing, and they were wearing masks. Masks of a woman, but it was played by a male actor. It was only male playing it. Doesn't really matter in this case. The kabuki is a farce, is a theater, is a fake, is a phony. So the mask is again off because kabuki, they use different kind of masks, the same actor. Hupitsupi, kaparuki, makaluki, zapazapa. So the United States of America now took off its mask, and between taking off its mask of a great one, putting the mask of the perfect one, you see the real face. Okay, so in that half of second, okay, you see the true face of these guys, and that is the United States of America started sending more weapons to Ukraine. Hoorah! More war for the profiteers. All right, let me show you this article. I gotta tell you, I think I'm just kidding. This is a dead body of choya. Okay, this is choya, a plum wine, Japanese plain wine. And we got to the last pieces, which are the fruits, my friend. Fruit, okay, of choya. We got off the liquid, we got the choya, the cho. All right, not choya, it's something else. Anyway, so let's see what's going on in this video and this article. Reuters. Trump says United States of America, that's you if you live in the United States of America, will send more weapons to Ukraine. Got that? I love you. Okay. Washington. US President Donald Trump said on Monday the United States of America would be sending more weapons to Ukraine to help the war-torn country defend itself against Russian attacks. Got it? Because the Russians attacked Ukraine with no justification, just because they want to recreate the Soviet Union. You got that? That's how the narrative goes. Do you believe in that? Okay, then you must love CNN then. Okay. So, more weapons, my friends, to Ukraine. Good, good. Well, as people say, meet you outside. You're a big mouth here in the bar. Meet you outside in the parking lot, buddy. So, they're going to meet again in the parking lot and see who's going to win. You know who's going to win? I tell you. Oh, hello, Mary Lou. It's going to be the military-industrial complex in the United States of America. It will be the globalist banking system, and it's going to be the energy, how do you call it, intelligent infrastructure, interest. These are the main profiteers, and then they will repair, they will reconstruct, okay, with medication, with PTSDs, with things like this. So they will come the profiteers, the other profiteers, the second tier of the profiteers. So the United States of America said, you know what, we gotta feed, and this is Donald Trump, the man of peace. He's gonna stop wars he's gonna make peace through wars. Sounds like about right? Okay. Why? Because the art of the deal has never been alive. It's been dead before conception. My friends, I will always win an argument if I show up at a debate with a weapon, with a, let's say, AK-47 loaded, and nobody else has any weapons. I will always win the debate. I will just have to say, hey, Gigi, you talking? You see what I got here? Uncle AK. Shut the fuck up, sit down. Next one. Anybody else? I thought so, motherfuckers. So, the same. Trump is easy to win in this kind of circumstances. In the circumstances when it requires brains and tact, and diplomacy. That's Trump. Well, if he doesn't have the gun and the other guys have a gun, he's done. He's done. He's nothing else. No answer. No diplomacy. No smoothness. No suave. Rico. Suave. Zero. Zero. Nil. Fart. Wet fart. So, my friends, more weapons from you and your children's future to defend Ukraine, man. Because if Ukraine falls, your children will be enslaved by the evil Russians. Why? They say so. And you believe them because they never lied to you. I'm very, 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 very... I don't pretend to understand everything. I don't pretend to understand, a lot, because I don't know how much is the entire a lot to be understood. But this is not going in the right direction. Unless, and this is the unless becomes so small by the day, unless Trump has a plan. You know who else has a plan? That guy who allows the people to die in infancy has a plan. So the same Trump, he has a plan. That plan that I give him, I always give them like maybe. So from, I don't know, from 100% it went to 80, 60, 40, 20. Now it's about to 3% that Trump has a plan. That is, you know what? I'm with you guys. I will do what I promised. And right now I'm just playing like this. And then I'm going to do a checkmate clip. That's it, baby doll. That is, to me, in my books, 3% at this point. Where Trump is going to say, ha! I got you. That's it. No, man, change everything. I think 97% Trump was allowed to win the elections because he agreed to do everything that he's doing right now. In the Middle East, with Gaza, which is with Iran, with Russia, North Korea and China next. I think all this, he was allowed. He said, yeah, I will do it. Don't get me in jail. Don't destroy my family and don't destroy my dynasty. Maybe Baron Trump will be the next president one day. Please don't kill him. I think that's how the conversation went. I have a gut feeling that's the way it went. So I give him 3% that he all of a sudden is going to say, he's going to just throw his hoodie. He's going to take his katana out. Whoosh, wow, he's going to do like, whoosh, wow, like Odysseus did when he came back to Utica. Killed all motherfuckers. Bang, bang, bang. And cracked skulls with all those motherfuckers who were after his wife's pussy. Read the Odyssey. So I don't think he's like the Odysseus. And then, ha 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 ha! Asseyez-vous, s'il vous plaît, c'est moi! Au revoir, adieu. Okay? That's all. I don't think it's going to be the same. That I think Trump is owned. I mean, it's really... Imagine these decisions made by these guys affect millions of people's lives. Life and death, misery. And they just, change their mind. I'm going to give weapons and so on. Where is the 24 hours? I'm going to come and I'm going to say, Putin, stop. Zelensky, stop. Because I am Trump. I mean, who believed in that is a baboon, my friends. I came to this realization about, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, when I realized really that in order to be allowed to be elected on a high position, you need to be ready to commit awful crimes, mass murder. That's my reality. I mean, as crazy as I am, and if you don't believe me, look at the guys who became presidents, or they were appointed Secretary of States or Defense Minister, had no problems of lying and committing mass murder. You can start, if you want, with Bill Clinton in Yugoslavia. If you want, and if you don't, I will mention them anyway. You can go on with Bush Jr. Bush Jr. was also an Ivy League school student. Therefore, you know, he was like, okay, that's your guy. I'm just kidding. Then you got Obama, Libya, if you want. Then you got Biden, the shuffling madness. And you got Trump. Now, these are the presidents. These are the presidents that supposedly the American people wanted to be representing them. What does it tell you? That tells you a unsophisticated electorate and a controlled mass media with a narrative, and these jackals ready to commit whatever they're told to commit in order to be in charge, somehow in charge to a certain extent. That's it, my friends. That's it. Trump will provide Ukraine with more weapons. I guarantee you, and I'm not wishing this, if Trump personally is affected by the Russians or by the Ukraine war, more than he's affected by the US courts with the Steins after him, if he's affected more by that, I don't know, someone does something bad, I guarantee you Donald Trump will come to his senses. And you know what going to happen next? He's going to die of a heart attack. Or he's going to die on a helicopter accident. Or he's going to have a mini stroke. And we're going to go back to whomever he came from. Okay, well, show must go on. The show will go on, as Queen said, Freddie Mercury. The show must go on. It's going to go on. The problem is, I'm here. I have air conditioning. I have lots of wine. I have a lot of things to say. I live good. I'm good, man. I'm fantastic. The problem is, those people over there, I can just shut the fuck up. I can just shut the fuck. I don't give a fuck. Let's talk about Marilyn Monroe and her sex life. Okay? But no, I don't want to talk about that. It's unimportant. That's a distraction. Those guys over there are having their lives ruined, their children dead. Both, all of them, not only Ukrainians. They have a nation destroyed, a country, a culture, a civilization fucked up. By whom? By Trump. As a leader, I give Trump a 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. In my books, Trump is a 2 out of 10. If 2. 2 is not a 2 is, let's put it this way, is not a passing grade. It's a failing fucking grade, okay? I'm very disappointed. Not disappointed that it's a surprise to me what's going on. It's just, it saddens me. Well, I might seem, soulless or cruel or, cold and so on. But why do you think I'm here? Do you think that Putin sends me, I don't know, $50 million a year because I'm yapping around here? Do you think that's what it is? He doesn't send me 50 million, it's 30 million, but okay. Just kidding. Fucking FBI, CIA, shut the fuck up. Just saying. That's why you think I'm here? Do you think that I was activated or something? And now I have to yap around? Even if that's the case, I never lied to you. I lied in my life, so did you. I lied in my life. Here, I have never lied. Never lied. I want things to become better. I don't like what's going on in Ukraine. I don't like what's going on in the United States of America. I don't like what's going on in the Western civilization. Not in the Judeo-Christian shit. In the Greco-Roman civilization. That's what I am for. If you don't like it, fuck off. Go back to wherever you want from. That's how I see things. Yeah. Remember, inclusivity means diluting your values. If you include everything, then you're going to have a diluted garbage. You have to have standards, principles, values, virtues. How do you have a virtue? By practicing every day. You have to first set some standards, some values, and then you practice them. That's a virtue. Courage, wisdom, moderation, these kind of things. As our ancient Greeks taught us not to fucking feed the goat or the burning bush or cut my kids fucking preputs, how do you call that, circumcise the fucking kid. That's, for me, that's genital mutilation. But somehow they fooled this imbecile. Oh no, that is genetic. Is this? You know, it's better because you don't get infected and so on. And oh, if that's so God made a mistake. Fucking retards. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth. Oh my God, and be just. You know. See you later. Crocodile.